Now, in this video, we are going to take a look at drilling data and just see how some of these functions work. Now, drilling data is a way of interacting with these data visualizations to stream out data that we're not interested in and focus on the data that we are interested in, or to do some exploration. We might be building an executive information system. So here we are looking currently at Power BI. I'm going to go across into my ACL. Here's my ACL in the back here. Close all those down. Now, we want to take the AP trans table. So I'm just going to double click on AP trans. There's no need to do a join this time. So I'm just going to export AP trans. I'm going to be a little bit more clever. I'll just pick up the whole lot because it's easier. We're going to put it to a file. I'm going to put it into my folder where I put my files. ACL encourages a little bit of laziness as to where you put your files. AP_trans. It's going to be an Excel file. Obviously, I have other choices, but we're going to run with Excel. Click OK. That's fine because I knew about that. Go back into Power BI. Get my data source. It's an Excel file that I just created. AP trans. Want that worksheet. Voila. If I close down the earlier table, focus on that one. That is our table with all of our invoices in it. Now, we don't really have that many invoices. There's only 102, but I can create a visualization that's kind of cool. Let's pick up a tree map. Now, see here we got group. We're going to pick up invoice date, because what we want to do is we want to be able to drill down to see an individual invoice amount. Now, invoice, we need invoice date. We need to pick the right table. Invoice date. So that's going to be our group. And invoice amount is going to be our value. So let's drag and drop that onto values. So it's not very meaningful at this instant. It's just showing us the year 2000. The instant I've done that, because I've got everything grouped by invoice date and other, it doesn't have to be a date, it could be other things. You could group it by work department or perhaps type of vendor or type of product. So here we've got these items here. I can drill down. They become active, and I've turned on the drill down. If I turn that on, I now drill in. These are our 4 quarters. So instantly I can tell you that Q4 did much better than Q2, which was our worst quarter. So I'm interested in Q4. Let's drill down into that. Q4 is made up of November, October, and December. It's a quarter. There are 3 months. It's the last quarter of the year, Q4, depending on who you want to talk to. Americans call or anyone with a financial year date that starts in January, that's going to be the first quarter. In Australia, the first quarter starts on July 1 because that's the start of the financial year. But then we always muck it up, just like I did then. Here's our November, and now I'm drilling down. These are the days. The 12th of November was the biggest day. And if I click down into that, there's no more because we've run out of dates. Okay, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dates in November have invoices on them. I can go back up to my top again, drill down, go into Q2. Here's May, only 2 days in May. So we have to click down to November, which is pretty much what I just did. And there's our November. That's fine, that's good. Return to the top level and use the 2 arrows next level in the hierarchy, these ones. Bang. Now that's exploded us out to everything. Go down again. It's picking up all the months. So not just the months in a particular quarter. And I can see instantly just by looking at this that although Q4 was bigger, January was the biggest month of the year. and that's not in Q4, that's going to be Q1. Here's November, there's January, and January is pretty much being driven by one day, 31 January. So there we go. That's what the next level in the hierarchy does. It's letting you drill down from this fairly unexciting big blob, and we can drill down even further. We actually also have this forked one, which does something similar, except what it does is it's putting the more detailed information into those boxes. And now I've got every day all sorted. So that's kind of nice and cool. Let's go back to the top again. And I'll just go down a level and down another level. Here's September. Right-click on the September quadrant and choose See Records. When I see the records, I'm going to see all of the September transactions. So I'm now interacting with the data. I've gone behind the graphic to the data that's behind the scenes, and I can export that data and open it up in Excel. So that should be a matter of clicking on the ellipsis, exporting my data. I'll just put it there, call it data.csv. And if I open up that directory, find data.csv, I can now open it up in a spreadsheet program. In my case, Libra, in your case, most likely Excel. Okay. So I've gone full circle. I have exported my data. I've exported my data. I have imported into Power BI. I have visualized it, and then I've drilled down, and then I've opened it up in Excel. Badly, I needed to use a different filter when I brought it in. Okay, but that's our exercise. Just an interesting way to see that we could visualize and build a dashboard out of Power BI.